Hey everyone, thanks for coming back to my channel, Stay Forever True. I have V here from Love, Light, and Lemonade. How you doing, girl?
Hey girl, how are you?
I'm good. So she
Good.
reached out to me on IG, sent me some really amazing products. I'm excited to learn about them. I have never used these type of products before, so I'm very excited. And this is all about money and manifestation. And today is a new moon, perfect
Yes.
time to set your
Perfect.
intentions. And it's in the sign of Leo, showy Leo. So tell us about your products and services. Let us just know what you got going on at Love, Light, and Lemonade.
All right. So first of all, thank you so much for having me on your channel. I really, really appreciate it. Um, so Love, Light, and Lemonade, basically the basis behind it was I started feeling more like myself when I got more into my spirituality, right? And so, everybody's always like love and light and things like that. But I took it a little step further because I remember growing up being in Alabama every summer at my great granddaddy's house, and we'd sit on the porch, we'd have a glass of lemonade, and we're talking about like our ancestors, our great great grandfathers, and all that stuff. And that's how I learned about where I came from. And that's how I'm able to do what I do today because I can pray to them, I can talk to them because I know who they are. So that's where that came from, first off. But the website, it has candles, crystals, powders, oils, ancestor money, things that'll start you on your spiritual journey. We don't really make things like we don't have ready-made candles or things like that because we try to promote people learning on their own. So we give you the tools and we let you play with the tools and create things that you're drawn to. We have crystals, we have services like oracle readings. We also have a section where we have different readers who they might not have a website, they might not be able to afford a website, and to kind of make it a little more professional for them, they can post their profile, their pricing, all that on the website.
Oh
So that's
wow.
yeah, so
Girl, you
that's
need a
something that
YouTube channel.
listen, this is my first time ever being this is my first time ever being on a YouTube channel. So listen, I gotta crawl before I walk. Gotta crawl
Yeah,
before
this is the first step. Step number one.
you're right, you're right. You are right. I've been trying to avoid it, but I think it's coming. So
Yeah, that's the next thing because I'm sure you have a lot to share with people. So let's see. So you sent me a green candle. We got some oils as well as some powders.
yes.
And you sent me, this is citrine, right?
That is citrine, correct.
So
So
that's all set
what
up
you
in it.
have in your possession is the money manifestation kit. So again, we don't put things together, but we do give you the tools that you need.
Okay.
So we give you what I do when I put it together. Oh yes, how could I forget about the ancestor money?
Yeah.
Yes.
I almost
Um,
forgot.
which to me is like one of the biggest factors in the whole money manifestation thing. So yeah, we put the kit together. We pull oils and powders that we're drawn to with your order. And when I sent you your order, I think I did do a handwritten card, correct?
Yes, you did.
Okay, so every single order that I get, it's pretty much a one woman show, well, myself and my daughter, but I write a handwritten note to everybody and I just write what I'm led to write.
Yeah.
um
Right here.
so it's just kind of something a little special to give to each order, right? But yes, what you have is the money manifestation kit.
So can you tell us, like, say I'm completely new, I'm getting, I'm
Yes,
like, where do I go from here?
yes,
Do I use all of them at the same time? Is it more intuitive? Like, or just tell us how you would use it.
absolutely. Okay, so the first thing I do, I have my candle. You of course need to cleanse your candle with your Florida water. um I love the number three. I threes for some reason just resonate with me, right? So when
I'm
I
born
do
on the third, and that's my
look at
favorite number.
look at that, you see what I'm
I love three too.
saying? That's crazy. So what I do, that is crazy.
It is.
Wow. So what I do,
I'm just saging everything. So that's
yes,
something you all can do as well. You would think, right?
absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Yep. So I do my Florida water for my candles specifically. Saging is a great thing to do. You don't necessarily have to use a 7-day candle. We also, which will be coming up on the site soon, you can also use one of these little smaller candles as well. Um, they'll be on the site probably next week. But so again, power of threes, right? So I'll have my
Yep.
citrine. I'll have my citrine. I will have my ancestor money. So I'll do usually do like 3 bills of ancestor money, and I'll use a powder and 2 oils.
Okay.
So you cleanse your candle. I pour 3 drops of one oil. I have the money drawing, success, and I have the prosperity powder. So three,
Okay.
three, and then I tap my powder 3 times, right?
Okay.
So then I do that. I also turn on, I'll go on YouTube and I will turn on like some money manifestation meditation music, let that kind of play in the background, and I just relax and I just try to picture what it is that I want. So like for my website, I'll picture the little thing on Shopify saying you have 100 orders today. I can visualize it. Light my candle. And the thing about ancestor money, a lot of people don't know about ancestor money, but it is so effective, right? So, what you want to do when you have your ancestor money is you want to fold it in half,
Okay.
and whoever you're praying to, whoever you are calling on, you want to say, I am burning this ancestor money for what I say is my ancestors, both known and unknown, that were sent to protect me and that were sent to do positive things for me. Because not all ancestors are good ancestors. And
Mm-hmm.
and then I burn it and I put it in my fireproof bowl, which it takes maybe 10 seconds to burn. So that's what I do. And I just let it burn. I do not blow it out. I do not snuff it out. I let it burn until it's done.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. And sometimes, you can also add a little glitter for a little razzle dazzle. Put that in there too.
Okay. And I do have
Yes.
some. I do have
There
some.
you go.
Okay. So with the citrine candle, I know that helps with abundance. It's
Yes.
also good
Yes.
for Leo too. If you're doing this
Yes.
during Leo. Can you talk a little bit more about ancestor money as far as like the whole point of it?
Absolutely.
Why do people do it?
Great question. So, ancestor money is also known as hell or heaven notes. Um, Basically, what happens is when your ancestors are living and once they pass, they have debts, right? Like we all die with some type of debt, or we all transition with some type of debt. And
Mm-hmm.
basically, what you're doing is you're repaying their debts for them. And in turn, they're blessing you.
Mm.
And when I first heard about it, I was like, hey, that's some, yeah, right. But I noticed that once I started doing it, opportunities are just coming out of every corner. So now I'm like, I'm burning it 2, 3 times a day. Like, y'all want some more?
Yeah.
Because it
Yeah, when
really,
I first started doing it, I started noticing a lot. And then it's like when you start slowing down, it's just like, dang. I mean, you things still come in, but it's just like it's for me, it's a great way to commune with your ancestors. It's a great
very
way to
true.
just have that time throughout the day where you sit down and you focus and you set
Mm-hmm.
your intentions. And
Mm-hmm.
it's like it makes you sit down and do it because and it's a
Yes,
great way to honor your ancestors. Um,
absolutely. It's definitely a
I,
great thank you gift for them. Like you're just telling them thank you, not even necessarily wanting anything in return, but you're thanking them and you're saying, here, this is for you, for blessing me the way you have already.
It's an
Mm-hmm.
energy exchange.
It is
Some people
it
just
is an
see it
energy
like you
exchange.
just burning paper, but you setting the intention that okay, by burning this, I am sending my ancestors something. It's an energy exchange that you're sending
Exactly.
to them because energy never dies.
Energy never dies. It's only transferred. And I think it's important to let people know that intention is everything. So I can light all the candles I want, but if my intention isn't behind it, my heart isn't behind it, or another thing is people will say, okay, well, I need 30 orders on my website, but I'm so worried. Okay, am I going to get these orders? Is it going to come through? Is it, they're worried about it. and the intention behind it is not there, it's not going to come true. It's not going to happen.
Mm.
It's not going to. Intention is everything.
Yeah. And I like what you said, like worrying about it, because it's just like once
Yes.
you hold that candle, you put your intentions to it. It's just like you just sending it up. You just saying here,
Yes.
okay,
Exactly. Exactly.
I put the work into it. I'm gonna let it unfold.
There you go. That's just like even in like the religious world where some people say they say let go, let God. Let it go. You pray on it, you let it go. You know, you and then what else do they say? Faith without works is dead. It transfers to the same thing. You cannot say,
You
okay,
said
well, you
faith
know
is
what?
what? It's kind of going out. You said faith is what?
Faith without works is dead. So if I'm sitting here and I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna burn this candle and I need 30 orders on my website, but I'm not marketing or I'm not contacting anybody. I'm not placing orders. I'm not putting the work in. It's not going to happen.
Right. Don't just
So
sit back. And
exactly.
don't just sit back. And I think because I'm very into astrology, so
Yes.
I like to connect it to like what else is going on in the cosmos, because Leo season is very showy. We got a new moon in Leo, very creative, very showy, very out there. But right after Leo is Virgo. Virgos are the
Virgo.
workhorses. They work. Virgos
I
put
am a
in that work.
Virgo. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Girl, I attract so many Virgos. It's
Do
a
you
lot.
really?
It's
That is
ridiculous. Yeah.
hilarious.
I'm a
Yes, baby.
Virgo rising. I'm a
Are
Virgo
you?
rising. And I attract so, especially in this community, spirituality conscious community, I attract, it's crazy how many Virgos.
We are the
It's ridiculous.
weirdos. We are the weirdos, and
It's I think it's because Virgos are so thorough, and also it's the earth, that earth
yes,
energy. It makes
yes,
sense, that you would be
yes.
connected to this, because Mother Earth, ancestors, all of that, and then like you said, put in the work. You got to
Put
put
in the
in.
work. You gotta put in the work. You have to. And a lot of people, they join these different Facebook groups and all these different things, and they automatically want to know. I need to spell. I need to. I need to hex somebody. Wait. Pump your brakes, speed racer. Let's do some shadow work. Let's do some grounding. Let's learn about ourselves first, because all this love and light is not all love and light. It's some dirty, 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 dark days. Like you and I did not get to this point by just lighting candles. Like we had to
Right.
do some work, and I think that that's important for people to know as well. This thing is not no walk in the park, honey.
It's a
Woo!
lot. And I think I think sometimes what turns people off from this, like, oh, it's a candle, like, oh my goodness, what are you opening yourself up to? What you got
Right.
to realize, like you said, first, everything is within. A crystal,
Everything is within.
essentially, I know people don't want to hear, it's essentially a rock. It's a part of the earth, it
It
has
is.
energy. It has energy, of course, it's going to help you, but you have to work on you first. It's like the same with people who, they take all these medicines. They think, okay, the medicine's going to do it for me. But if you're not sitting back and being like, okay, why did I get this disease? Why am I having these issues? What am I holding on from my past that I need to
Yes.
let go
Girl.
of? That
Girl.
medicine is just going to be a crutch. This crystal is just going to be a crutch
Right.
until you start really working on yourself. You
Yes.
have, and I think
Yes.
that's why I love my ancestor altar. Like I think anybody start off with an ancestor altar, because
I agree.
it's just something about it. It's
I
something
agree.
about it.
I agree. So when you first started, okay, I think this is a good question. If you could start your journey all over again, would you have started it the way that you did, or would you have done something different?
Oh gosh, I don't even know when I started it. It's just
Yeah,
like you don't realize you started it until you're like, oh, I'm in it. You know how it's certain
that's
people,
very
like,
true.
I felt like I was on it before I realized I was on
Right,
a spiritual journey, and I feel like
right,
life itself is a spiritual journey.
right.
um, I feel like I started it right because I was watching a lot of videos, and then at one
Hmm.
point I said, okay, I'm not gonna stop looking at everybody's video. I'm gonna stop looking at everybody's, tarot readings, everybody's all these predictions and all that, and I'm gonna mute them for a while
Yes,
and listen to myself and listen to my higher self, listen to my ancestors. So I feel like I don't know, I had the discernment to do that. So I think
yes,
anybody
yes.
starting off of course, get information from people, but you always got to bring it back to you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think that was a very important thing that you just said. It comes from within. I can tell you how to I can tell you how to dress these candles, but at the end of the day, I could be drawn to 3. You could be drawn to 5. You know what I mean? Like you have to use that inner voice and that intuition in order to guide you along this.
Yes.
That's
Yeah,
the important lesson. Like you have to look within.
I agree. And I
Yes,
think
yes.
that's kind of what separates it from religion, because I'm not disrespecting anybody's religion, but
Right.
sometimes it'd be like, got to do things this exact way. But like you
Hmm.
said, it's your intuition.
That's it.
You know, you might
That's
want
it.
to take the oil and the powder, mix it together, and put it all over the glass of the candle.
Exactly.
You might want to etch something on the inside of the candle. Whatever. You might want to put some herbs in there or something. Who knows? But like you said, follow your intuition
That's
and
it.
don't just listen to what everybody else saying. Think you got to do it
Exactly.
exactly how somebody else said do it.
Because what works for you might not work for me and vice versa. There's so many different ways to do this. It's not a one size fits all at all. There's so many different ways to do this, and there none of them are wrong.
Mm.
So that was a very important thing for you to say.
Yes. So I got a question.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
with the different oils, so were they like blessed? Were their intentions put into the different oils and powders? Like how does that work?
So what I do when I either get an order in or I place an order through my wholesaler, they bless it. But what I do is I take my sage and I go around it and I say, when I get an individual order, and I say, bless whoever the person's name is that ordered it, bless them, allow them to be prosperous. Or if they do a love manifestation, allow them to find love, not only in somebody else, but in themselves. And I put intention behind it. Um, and then again, what I write in the card, whatever I'm drawn to write in the thank you card, I say over their order as well. So
Oh, I think that's
everything
awesome.
is blessed and intention that's put into it. Yeah.
I think that's awesome. I
Thank
love
you.
it. I love it.
Thank you.
Let's see what else. I'm excited to try some oil.
Yes.
So you said that you usually do like one, two, three of the
Or
oils.
so what I'll do is I'll let it like I'll now hopefully this thing acts right, but what I'll do is I'll let it drip. Or sometimes I'll buy the glass droppers.
Okay.
See, sometimes it'll pour too much. One, two, three. Um, and I'll do it like that. And again, there's no perfect way to do it. Some people will take like a pin or a pen or something and do a Star of David.
Okay.
And you can do that. If you have a specific amount of money that you need to get, you can etch that into the candle. Um, and these are kind of becoming my new favorites just because it's easy for me to, if I, let's say I want to take the oil and put it on a plate or something, and then roll the candle in
Mhm.
it and put it with the powder, roll the candle in it, put the glitter on it. Or before I do it, I'll etch the amount of money that I need. And then like Psalms, I think it's 90 or 91, and etch that in the candle. Um, Again, there's so many different ways to do it. And just a little freebie for people who don't have oils or powders. You can get a green candle and you use cinnamon, cumin, pepper, cayenne pepper. You take the Star of David and you etch it in the candle. You put holes in each point of the Star of David. You take cloves and you put a clove in each hole.
Mhm.
You take olive oil and you put it around.
Oh wow.
Yes. Then you put the cumin, the cinnamon, and the cayenne pepper. Sprinkle it all in there, and then the gold glitter, and that's a quick manifestation thing.
Oh wow, I love
Yeah.
that. And all those herbs and all those spices, it's like got that heat to it. So like that action, like you said, that action and the cinnamon kind of got
Egg.
this. I love cinnamon.
And you know what's funny? That's exactly why you use those.
Oh, okay.
Because you want to use the cinnamon, you want to sweeten it up. You want that pepper, that cayenne pepper, because you want it fast. You want it fast. And the cumin is a money manifesting herb.
Wow. It's
Yep.
all here. Like it's all here for us
It's all here.
in
It's
plain
it's
sight.
in plain sight. It's so much easier than we give it credit for. Yes.
Yeah, I think that's awesome. I'm excited. I'm excited.
I'm
So what
glad.
about you? Do you feel like you would have changed things?
I think so. The way that I got into my spiritual journey was a breakup, and I had to isolate. I had to isolate. But I wish that I would have done shadow work at that point and not just isolated and said, okay, well, let me heal. No, I needed to really, really heal. And so now I'm doing my shadow work and I'm like, hey, I thought I was perfect, but I'm not perfect.
Oh, okay. Perfect
Like,
Virgo.
yes, I could have sworn I was perfect, right? Because Virgos are perfectionists, right?
Mm-hmm.
But turns out I'm not. And I have learned so much about myself and what triggers me and why I do the things I do. And um, I wish I would have started with that, honestly.
Okay. I can agree with that. I can agree
Yeah.
with but I think as you start to get more into it, if you really honest with yourself, you start to see yourself.
Well, that's the other part of it. You have to be willing to be honest with yourself
Mm-hmm.
and say, okay, dang, I'm not perfect. This is where I can improve and figure out how to do it. Yeah, you definitely, honesty is because when you're lying to yourself, that's not possible. It's not possible to lie to yourself, um,
Mm-hmm.
and you're delaying your healing, you're delaying your growth. Like since I started doing my shadow work, I've done manifestations. So really quick story. I wanted to manifest love. I didn't have anybody in particular that I wanted to manifest. I just wanted to manifest somebody who loved me, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I was burning my candles, I was doing my manifestation, and I was, meeting people, getting numbers, all this stuff, but it just wasn't the right time. It wasn't the right person. Fast forward, I met somebody and he triggered everything in me. But it was to the point that I had to grow, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not patient. I'm not patient. And he's like, dude, calm down. Like, just chill out. Wait a minute. It doesn't have to be right now. So, I'm forced to wait. Um, I'm forced to, he'll say certain things like, you complain a lot. And I'm like,
Oh,
oh, well, maybe I do.
you
I
do.
had to
If
look at
you a
myself.
Virgo, you do.
I just
God
be
dang.
stating stuff that could be changed.
Right. I'm just trying to improve things
I'm
around
just
here.
trying to
Okay.
improve you.
Look at
Golly.
my lighter. You see
Can I
lemonade?
can I have that? Can I have that lighter? Look. I bought this makeup bag at Walmart. It had lemons all over it. Don't need no more makeup bags, but I bought it because it had lemons on it.
All
I love
right.
lemons.
That's
Love
the
them.
perfect brand, lemon. I love lemons too. I always have lemons in my house. It
Do
helps to
you?
alkaline your water. Whenever you add it
Th-
to your water, it helps to make your water
It
alkaline.
sure does. It sure does. It sure does. And I've never been drawn to anything. I've always been drawn to yellow. And then I was like, you know what? I want my kitchen in lemons. And that's when it all started. And I was like, I said, you know what? I'm going to open an online botanica. And I wanted to do with lemons. It just lemons. I've just been so drawn to lemons since I've moved up to Maryland. I
You
don't
need
know
to grow
why.
a lemon tree.
I need to get me a house and grow me a lemon tree.
Girl, do you got a patio or anything like that?
I do. Yeah, I do.
Put it in a container and grow you some lemons. Next spring, get you a lemon tree.
I'm going to do it.
Then
I'm
you
going
can
to
take
do it.
all your photos and everything next to your lemon tree.
Oh, that would be
It's gonna
dope.
be perfect. It's gonna
That
be
would be dope.
perfect. Y'all,
Yes.
you Virgos got to set the vibe and have all the earth and everything around it.
No, you're right. You're absolutely right.
So I agree. I think you should do it. I agree with me. How about that? So some of the oils I got is Success, Money Drawing, Lucky Rain.
Mm-hmm.
What else did you send me? Some of the powders is Prosperity, Call Clients. I need to work on that. I
Yeah.
need to really work on putting myself out there more. And what's so crazy is I was doing that, and then you reached out to me. I was putting out there like, Brandy, put yourself out there, because I was like, you know what, I got a YouTube channel, I got a good amount of subscribers, and I was like, people just need to come to me. And I was like, you know what, if it's people that I want to work with, let me reach out to them. And then you reached out to me, and that's what I'd rather you just come to me, and that way I feel like we was meant. I don't know, it just seems more meant to be.
But you know what's funny? So I did a candle. I did a road opener. I did a road opener candle. Oh, let me talk about that for a quick second. So, a lot of times you want to have a road opener candle. That can be an orange candle or a white candle dressed in road opener oil and powder. And basically, what you're doing is you're opening any blockages in order for your manifestation to come through. And
Okay.
so I always do a money candle, always do a love candle, always just to try to keep my relationship strong. I do a love candle. Um, and I did a road opener because I was getting frustrated because I could not, I was like, okay, I am emailing these people. Like I'm taking the time, I'm researching their Instagrams and their YouTubes, and they are not calling me. And I did the road opener and I got the email from you 2 days later. Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Ain't that crazy?
Yep. Intention. And then too, when your ancestors know that your heart is pure and what you're doing is when you live in your purpose, everything falls into place.
Mm.
I have had so many different like little businesses and stuff like that. This is the only one that within the first week I had like 10 sales, which is
Wow.
not a lot to people, but to me that was a lot because I was like,
Yeah, the first week of you doing
my
it.
first week, yeah, and it like international orders. I'm like, what is going on here?
Wow.
It's
Yeah, you had sent out
crazy.
an international order when you sent me my order.
Yes. That was actually her second order. And she is actually, if you look on my website, she's the other reader on there. Her name
Okay.
is Josephine. Yes. And she lives in Australia, and we have gotten this great connection. I just keep meeting so many dope people from doing this. And I found my purpose.
Ain't
It's
that something?
crazy. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. Girl. Now, what would you suggest that someone do with the crystal that they got in the package?
So I keep it on my altar. I keep my candle on my altar. I keep my crystal on my altar. And sometimes what I'll do is I'll get a tarot card. If you have tarot cards, I get the Ten of Pentacles card and I'll lay it there. If I'm
Oh,
doing a love candle, I will have like rose quartz and I'll have it by my candle and I'll do a Two of Cups tarot card and just sit it there. Just to add extra intention to it, or while you're lighting your candle and while you're meditating, you can hold the crystal in your hand and just rub it. um I know when I'm trying to like improve my psychic abilities, and sometimes what I'll do, I'll just start writing and just things come out and I'm like, oh my goodness, okay. But I'll sit with a piece of amethyst on my chest
oh,
and
okay.
I'll have my third eye music playing and I just start jotting, and stuff
I
comes out and
love it.
go back and read it and I'm like, this is so sloppy, but there's words in there, and
Channeling. It's like you're channeling it.
I'm channeling. It's crazy. It is crazy. Like I'm learning all these new things, and it's amazing. It's amazing.
It is.
You
It
get a
is.
lot of guidance that way.
Like you say, it's new. Like it's always. But then it's just like it. To me, it become like kind of familiar. So like I live in a townhome, and we got a patio. And when I first started, we didn't have anything back there, and I was burning my ancestor money, all that. And I was like, okay, okay. Then it just popped in my head, start a garden. I had already started a garden like years ago. Everything died. I didn't put no holes in the bottom of the containers. I mean, it was just a hot
Not
mess.
like me.
I had them bucket right. It was a mess. I had buckets sitting out there for years.
Yeah.
And then I just when you can look on my Instagram, I mean, I have so many plants growing back there that I started from seed, and somehow my uncle was looking at. He said, you know, your grandmother, she used to have so many plants in her house that people would knock on her door and tell her that it looks beautiful because you could see all her plants from outside her house. He said people would come and she had cut off little pieces of her plant and give it to people. And I thought about my other grandmother, my maternal grandmother, and she left her husband because she said, I want a backyard and I want to grow something in my backyard. So
Look at that.
he was working on the railroad, girl, and she said, "Look, I'm tired of moving from place to place. I'm gonna start my garden." And it's just like, and I'm here. I am started this garden,
Right.
and it just
Right.
popped in my head, and I felt like it's familiar, like it's
It's
new, but
familiar.
it's
Yep.
also familiar because your ancestors. It's like
That is so true.
it's not just out of thin air. You're not just doing this out of thin air.
No.
You're really connecting.
Yeah. And that is why it is important. You just gave the ultimate example of why it's important to listen to your intuition and listen to yourself and go within, because you have all the right answers. And then it clicks when you hear somebody say, you're just like your grandmother. Your grandmother did this exact same thing and you had no clue.
No
It's
clue.
all the answers are there.
It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It's
It
just crazy.
is.
One day we gonna be somebody's ancestors. Like
Isn't that insane? Isn't that insane? Like I think about it and I'm like, my kids are going to tell their kids, like, yeah, your grandma was in there fooling with candles and sage and
right?
stuff. She had a sage in the house.
Burning sage and everything. They gonna
Yes.
know. They gonna know. It's just
Yes.
it's really amazing. I hate that some people like try to demonize it and make it into something else, but I feel like you gotta just experience it for yourself.
You have to. I recently encountered every so I moved here from South Carolina, and ever since I've been up here, everybody that I have met has been so open and accepting of what I do. It's insane. Like I draw these people to me, people who have been in religion for years, and they're like, I've always wondered about that type of stuff, but I was always afraid to ask. You know, those types of people.
Wow.
And I had a friend that I went to school with him long time ago. And he said to me, he came over one day and he said to me, I was telling him about something and he said, well, you need to get closer to Jesus. You need to get closer to Jesus. And I said to him, and again, what you believe is what you believe. And I don't try to dissuade anybody from what they believe in. But I said to him, you know, that offended me
Mm-hmm.
because I don't come to you and say, hey, let me pull some cards for you, let you know what's going on. You know, I don't do that to you. So I feel like if I'm not pushing my spirituality on you, please don't push your religion onto me. Um, and I say all that to say it's very few, very, very few people who do that. Um, but I've just been so drawn to spiritual people or people who are just accepting. Like I went to high school here. So I have a friend who was like, you still burn that sage for me? I'm like, nah, but you want me to? What you want me to do? You want me to do a candle for you? Yeah, do a candle for me.
It's
You
like
just,
saying, "Pray for me, girl."
that's exactly what that is. That's exactly, he's like, I'm going through a tough time. Can you burn a candle for me? Like, yeah, what kind of candle you need? What you need? What you need?
Wow.
But it's crazy when you, again, when you align with your purpose, the right people, the right opportunities, all that comes along. And the wrong people fall off. So relationships end. Friendships I've had for 20 plus years have ended, not because of my spirituality, but because of my spirituality, in the
Mm.
sense that I pray to my ancestors and say, listen, if these people are not for me and they are not in line with my purpose, get them away from me, please. And they fall off. They fall off, and I don't question it. I don't question it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yep.
Your vibe attracts your tribe.
Your vibe attracts your tribe. And so if you definitely have to look at your circle, and you have to, again, be honest with yourself and say, okay, you know what, I hang out with a lot of people who are not doing, either not doing the right things or they're not in line with my purpose. Like I want to grow, and they're still sitting on the corner drinking and smoking. That's okay for them, but that's not okay for me. Whatever they want to do is okay for them, but what I want is not that. and you have to make the conscious decision to love yourself more than than loving the company. You have to love yourself more. And that's why I always say the shadow work is important. Know
Talk
your
about
foundation.
talk about shadow work. If a person,
Okay.
I'm sorry to interject,
No,
but
no,
if
no,
a
you're
person
fine.
is like shadow work, what is that?
Shadow work. Oh,
Here we
shadow
go.
work. Oh, so shadow work, it was developed by a psychologist. I think it's Carl Jung. Carl Jung. I don't know.
Hmm.
Jung. But basically what you're doing is you're going back and you're recalling memories that shaped who you are now. So I started doing this shadow work journal from Soul and Luna. And some of the questions were asking about money. And there was one that said childish, like childishness. And it said, in what ways are you childish?
Huh.
And you have to sit down and then it says, and think about why you do that, why you're like that. So I had to say, okay, I might throw little temper tantrums when I don't get my way.
Uh-huh.
Maybe. I mean, I don't bang on the floor, but I do get a little huffy. And I had to be honest with myself about that. And I had to figure out why I did that because I'm impatient. And I expect everybody to be the way that I want them to be, which is like me. And that's not possible. So you have to come to those truths and you have to just write. You just write and you're getting to the bottom of it. And the thing that I had to learn about shadow work is you realize these things about yourself, and the goal is to not necessarily change them, but check them. So when I feel myself getting impatient, I got to check myself
Mm.
and say, oh, okay, all right, now chill out, V. Like you can't do that. It's to bring self awareness.
Yes.
Yes, yes,
Yes. It's like when you're aware of yourself, it's like you become even more aware of just the little tiny messages
yes,
from the universe. Because
absolutely,
you more tapped into it.
yes,
It's just like you, okay, I get it. Okay. I'm starting to see it now.
exactly, exactly, exactly. You are in tune with everything that's going on at that point. Yeah, ever since I moved up here and I started working on myself and I started doing different things, girl, every license plate I see has 111 999 888. Every single license plate, I swear, I can't make this up. Never seen it before, and then all of a sudden I'm up here and I'm like, okay, so maybe I am doing the right thing. Maybe I did do the right thing by moving up here.
Mm. And if y'all don't know, like anything with 11 is like a master number. Um,
Yes, yes.
I'm an 11 life path.
Are
It's a
you?
yeah. It's a master number, and what they say when you see 1111, like make a wish.
Yes, yes, yep.
Anytime y'all see any type of numbers like repetitive, like 333, or say
Mm-hmm.
you do military time and you see, like today I saw 1818, and today is the 18th, and it's a new moon. I was like,
Yes,
oh, as soon as I saw it, I was like, oh, let me make a wish. Let me put my
yes,
intentions for the new moon out
yes,
there. Those are like your angels and your
yes.
guides trying to
Mm-hmm.
communicate to you through numbers.
Absolutely. And so I know a couple of them offhand. So 111 is new beginnings. 999 is the end of a cycle. 555 is change. 222. I've seen different meanings, but the meaning that I like is abundance.
Yeah, that makes sense because the second house in astrology has to do with Taurus, and
Uh-huh.
Taurus is all about making that money. Taurus is all about sustaining yourself. Taurus is all
Okay.
about how can I create money from what I do? How can I sustain myself and make sure I can create a solid foundation? So that makes sense. Second
And
house is all
that,
about how you make money.
again, that is listening to your intuition. Because, like I said, I've seen so many different meanings, but I like the abundance one. And look how
Right.
you just
Like,
broke it down for me. And I know nothing about astrology except that I'm a Virgo and all the different, like moon, sun, rise, and all that stuff.
right.
I'm a Virgo in all of them. So that's the only
Are
thing I
you?
know. Yes.
No, you're not.
Yes. There's one. There's one that I am a Libra in. It's like one, but everything else is Virgo. Everything else. I'm like,
Bless your
that's why
heart.
I'm so emotional and I
Bless
know
that man
everything.
heart.
Girl.
He really love you, girl. No, I'm making fun of you. I think if you gonna do anything, you need to have a Virgo in your corner, because a Virgo be like, oh nope, you need to do it
Baby.
this way. No, no, let's do this, and they will help you. They will, as long
Yes.
as you doing the
Yes.
work. A Virgo will
Yes.
stand behind you and help you. They're not gonna keep putting their hand out there to you. Some of them do. Like in your younger stages, you might be the type of person that got burnt out by everybody because you
Yes.
just put too much of yourself out there. But you learn. You be like, nope.
Girl,
So Virgos,
you
they
just
the itch.
read me. You just read me. Girl, I will give you the shirt off my back, but when I see you're not helping yourself, I back off.
Mm-hmm.
And
Okay.
I mean, and the reason why I say, hey, you should do it this way is because usually we're right. So usually
They are.
we're
Virgos
right.
are so freaking smart and observant. They're so smart and observant. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
I like the Virgo energy when it's evolved, because
When
sometimes
it's evolved.
it can be
Yes.
naggy. It can be to the point where it's just like you like, girl, you just gonna are we gonna do anything about what you complaining about, or you just gonna keep complaining? You gonna keep pointing out that I got this dirt on my shirt? Okay, I know our shirt dirty. Like that. Like, can you
I did not come on your channel to be read like this. Like that did.
girl, my daddy is a Virgo and my sister is a Virgo. So, and I told you I'm a Virgo rising. So
Yes,
it's in me.
yes. We
It's a
we are Virgos. If you don't have one in your life, get you one. They are dope. Everybody I meet, they're like, "Oh, you're a Virgo. Like I got to keep you around." Like we're honestly, and I'm not even trying to toot my own horn, maybe a little bit, but Virgos are dope. Virgos are dope.
they
They're
are.
dope.
They
Hmm.
can get, girl, Virgos can make some stuff happen.
Yes,
They can put in that work. Like
yes,
legit.
yes. Yes. And you know what? It's funny that you say that because I incorporated the shadow work and I learned how impatient I was able to say, okay, you know what? I know I have the ability to make something successful and be successful, but I have to be patient.
Mm.
And so when you say we have to evolve, that's what a great example of it. I had to evolve past that impatience. And I'm still working on, listen now, I got my days. But but for the most part, I can sit back and I can check myself and say, okay, nothing happens overnight. You
Right.
got this. It's gonna be okay. Take a nap. You'll be all right.
Mm-hmm.
You drink some
And
water.
on the flip side, right? You always got to drink some water
Always
now.
gotta drink some
I
water,
wish I
baby.
had some. But and the flip side of impatience is the fact that you probably won't procrastinate. You just like, okay, I just need to get it done. Let me make it happen. The only thing I think
Yes.
with
Yes.
Virgos procrastinating is you want it to be perfect. You want it to be a certain way. It gotta be this way, so you kind of can
Yes.
stop yourself. And that's for
Yes.
anybody. It's not just Virgos. It's just if you find yourself in any type of situation, sometimes you just got to do it.
You're right. There's never going to be, matter of fact, I was talking to my friend about this yesterday. There's never going to be a perfect time to do anything. Um, we're in the middle of a pandemic right now. This is actually the perfect time to start a business if you want to. But I didn't have the perfect amount of money in my bank account. I didn't have the perfect amount of time to start my website or to go to real estate school or anything like that. I just decided, okay, I have to do it because I'm not going to find a perfect time. So I do have to check myself on that a lot. Like, okay, it's good enough. Good enough is okay. It doesn't have to be
Right.
perfect.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I definitely have to check myself on that sometimes.
Yes. So we didn't talk about all the Virgos in the room. Where you at?
Yeah, exactly, exactly. Hit a like, leave a comment or something,
Right.
because
Comment down if
let her
you're a
know how right
Virgo.
she was about her read on us, please.
So I want to know. What did I want to know? I was just thinking about it. Oh, is there anything else that you could use the candles or the powders for? Have you used it for anything else?
Absolutely, absolutely. So there's a powder or an oil. It comes in both that I use, and it's do as I say, right?
Okay.
Do as I say is not just for commanding a man or commanding a woman, but sometimes I put that in my money candle because ancestors, I need you to do what I say. I need this money. I need this money. I'll put it in I'll put it in a road opener sometimes. I don't like to do that. I like to leave road openers just for road opening.
Okay.
But yeah, you can definitely mix and match. Like but this is the thing too. So if you're doing something for money, you don't want to so you don't want to mix money and love together. So you don't want to put the money oil and the money powders in there and then say, okay, you know what, I'm gonna add some love stuff for the love of money. No, let's not do that. That might be a little too much, y'all. That might be a
Girl,
little too
not for
much.
the love. I'm done.
That might be a little too much. Like might be some overkill. So you don't want to do that, but you know, you definitely want to keep your prosperity and your do as I say. Do as I say goes for anything. Even listen, when my kids are acting up sometimes, I'm like, listen, y'all need to lay down. I like the little white candle and do as I say. And take her
Really?
behind the bed.
Girl, I need to do that.
Yes, child.
Yeah.
Woo. Or
So my
controlling.
question
Controlling or do
is,
as I say.
what about people who are like me? I don't know if you ever had this problem. It's a million and one things out there that I'm like, oh, I want to bring that into. I want to do that. I want to do that. How do you kind of allow yourself to kind of really figure out what you want?
So you mean like in
That's a
regards
whole
to
nother
what
video. That's a whole.
you mean like in regards to what you want, like what type of products to use, or
Yeah,
what do you
like
mean?
would you use like a roll? Because you said the roll opener helps to release any
Clear
blockages. Would that
blockages,
help
yeah.
me to like kind of clear my like help me to have like a clear, focused intentions with things? What do you
So they
think?
actually have oils for that,
Okay.
to actually clear your mind.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's mind expanding, mind opening, those types of girl, they got an oil for everything.
Wow.
Um, it's crazy, but you have to, and that's part of the centering and being within yourself, because you have to, and I have to do that to myself too. I have to be like, yo, chill out, chill, you chill, you doing too much, you going too all over the place.
Right.
And I have to sit there and I just have to pick what I'm drawn to. I have to do what I'm drawn to, and I have to, I'm not overthinking it, I'm just chilling, and I'm relaxing and meditating to the music, and I'll either hear it in a whisper, or I'll get a thought, like how you got the thought about you wanted to start a garden,
Yeah.
and you
That,
I'll say, okay, prosperity, or call clients. You know what? I'm trying to get this love light and lemonade together. Okay, so call clients and maybe some do as I say. You know, those are just the types of things that I would be drawn to.
okay.
Yeah,
So it's kind of like you basically you were just creating what you want.
that's it. You're
That's
manifesting what you want. You're
yeah.
creating what it is that you want. Yeah, you want love. And again, please start with self-love. Self-love is the best love. Uh, but you want to do love, and you can do regular love. I've never seen a self-love oil or powder or anything, but you always want to do your love candles with your love oils, and do it for yourself first. Do it for yourself first, or and don't do it. Okay, this has to be said. I'm sorry. Do not do it on somebody and they do not know. Do
Oh,
not do it on somebody and you don't know if this person is the person that you want to be with, and then you can't get rid of them, and they stalking you and you're trying to get rid of them, and you're trying to do a hex to get rid of them, or a cord cutting. Please, please do not do that. That's manipulative and that's not fair. So you can do a candle just to draw love to you.
okay.
We also have the figurine candles, and I didn't bring it with me, but the man and the woman candle together. You can dress that in the oils. You can dress that in like rose petals, love, different love herbs, the cayenne pepper to make it come fast,
Mm-hmm.
different things like that.
And when she says dress, that's when you were saying with the oils and the powder, you can roll it and you can put
Yes,
it on the outside of the can.
yes, yes. That is dressing. That's exactly what that is. Yes.
And like you said, burn it all the way down.
Burn it all the way down. Let it burn. Let it burn out. Oh, can we talk about flames just for a second?
Okay.
So flames are important, right? I was telling you before we started recording about my money candle that I did yesterday, and girl, that thing burned so fast. Like it burned out in maybe an hour. and the other ones
Oh
were just sitting there.
wow.
Yes, and the other ones were sitting there chilling. So when it burns fast, that means that it's working. It's going to work fast. Um, when the flame is kind of low, um, you might need some extra intention behind it. Keep an eye on that flame. Don't put it out, but keep an eye on it and let it just keep up watching it and see how it continues to burn. Offering, you want to make sure that you have some type of offering while your candles are burning. Um, please do what you're drawn to. So I always do fruit. And one time I didn't have any fruit in the house and I used carrots. My ancestors don't like carrots. I lit that candle, my candle broke. Yes, I swear. My candle broke. It was like crackling all over the place. I had to put it out because I was like, okay, my house is not about to burn down. But I put that fruit back out there and I did it again and it went through that time. So
Wow.
yeah, if your glass breaks, throw that away, redo it. Something's blocking it. There's a blockage. Somebody's not trying to help have you do it. With the glass, if it burns clean, that's a great sign. If so, I did one for somebody, and it was actually a white candle, and it was this like a white candle just like this, and it was burning just fine. And then by the time it got to like right here, all this was black. It was
Mm,
pitch black. Somebody was blocking it. Somebody was blocking it, so we had to redo it. We had to actually do it a couple times. Yeah, so it's crazy when you see the different things that the candles can do. Yeah.
mm.
Hmm.
Because sometimes you might have it where it end up being like wax on one side still, and then it's
Yes.
cooler is burnt all the way down on one side.
And that is a wall. There's a
Oh, it,
wall up. There's a blockage there, whether you're blocking it or your ancestors blocking it. So let's just say, for example, you're doing a love candle on somebody, right? Which we said do not do. Well, I said do not do, please. Um, please. And you do it, and one side, like she said, one side is higher up than the other. That could be your ancestors saying, don't do that on that person. That person's not for you. That person's not for you. We're not gonna bless this. Just
wow.
pay attention to all that. Or if let's say you're doing a self-love candle and that happens, what walls do you have up? That's when it's time to go back to that shadow work.
Shadow work.
Hmm.
And I think so. When you said you used a book, you purchased a book that kind of prompted questions to help you.
Yes.
I think when you were saying it, it just popped in my head. Like whenever if you say you just doing it on your own, just think of something like that you got going on. So, say for example, like I feel like I just can't accomplish anything. Why? Because
Yep. There you go.
I don't know. Like it's something there. Like why? Well, because the last time I tried to do something, it didn't work out.
Yes.
Why?
Yes.
Like just keep asking yourself why.
And the funny thing is, that's one of the questions in the book.
Oh, really?
So it says, okay, so think about a time that something didn't go in your favor. Why didn't it go in your favor? And keep asking yourself why. Keep asking yourself why. Think
Keep
about a
going deep,
relationship that
deep,
didn't work
deep.
out
Get
and going
deeper.
deep, deep, deep. That is the essence of shadow work.
Keep going deeper.
Yes. Yep.
Wow. And I think
Mm.
this is perfect for the rest of the year because we're about to get into the part of the year where we're not gonna have that much sunshine out.
Right.
People
Right.
really not gonna be outside. They're gonna really have to be in their house. And
Right.
it's just like the earth, the universe itself is already kind of going into a more dormant state. So
Hmm.
it's like you may as well put yourself in that state
Yes.
of okay, let me go within a little bit more. Let me
Yes.
just keep going a little bit deeper so that by the time, next year hits, then when you come out of it, you're like, okay, I done did my work. And
Yes.
while the rest of
Yes.
y'all was trying to elect presidents and do all that, I worked on
I was
myself.
working on myself and I came out so beautiful.
Yes.
So beautiful on the other side. Now, one thing I want to say, I read a meme one time that said, in wintertime, a lot of people they're trying to do things in the wintertime and it's not working. Because you got to think about it. In the winter, bears hibernate. Things die. Things they're rebirthing under the surface, right? So when
Yes.
springtime hits, they're this beautiful thing. The bears come out, the birds are chirping, the flowers are out. Take that season and work on you. Do not work for any outcome, just work for you.
Oh, do not work for any outcome. Oh my
Yes.
gosh.
You don't always have to do things for an outcome expecting a
Child. put a right. Do you know how that spoke? Keep talking. Keep
I
talking.
love it. I love
Oh
it.
my
You
God.
you cannot be attached. You cannot be attached to an outcome. You can't. And you know what? That's funny. I was reading the 7 spiritual laws of success, and one of them is the law
Say
of.
it one more time because the video went out. Say it again.
Did it? Okay, I'm sorry. I've been reading the 7 spiritual laws of success,
Okay.
and one of the laws is the law of detachment. You cannot be attached to an outcome because you're
Mm.
gonna drive yourself crazy every
Woo.
single time. Like a relationship, you see somebody and you're like, oh yeah, they're gonna be mine, and it doesn't happen. Or you're in a relationship and you're thinking it's the perfect relationship, and this is coming from experience. You think it's the perfect relationship and it's not, and that person breaks your heart, crushes your heart. You were attached to the outcome of being with that person forever. You live your life day by day, and I'm speaking to myself. I'm speaking to everybody, but I'm speaking to myself too. You live your life day by baby. You you live your life day to day, hour by hour, minute by minute. Do not attach yourself to an outcome because none of us are getting out of this alive. You can't attach yourself to an outcome.
Girl, I needed that. That's what stops me.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
literally right there. That's
Yes.
that be the thing, but it's just like sometimes the process is really where the jewels is at. Just doing it.
Yes.
Just doing it.
Say
Just
that.
just do it for the sake of doing it.
To do it for the sake of doing. When I did the website, I wasn't like, oh, I'm gonna be a millionaire off of this, or I'm gonna meet some dope people. No, I was putting the website up. I wasn't expecting anybody to really order. I was just gonna and listen, what I was really gonna do is use all those products on myself. Okay, that's what I was gonna do. But but I'm getting orders because I'm not attached to, oh, I have to get this. And I've noticed that when I say, okay, I have to get 10 orders this week, or I have to get 50 orders this week, it doesn't happen.
Mm.
It doesn't, but when I just let it flow and I do my marketing, or whatever, I put a post on Instagram or whatever, that's when I get it.
So what do you say? People like, well, then what's the point of setting intentions?
So you're setting an intent. Okay, so let's say this. There was you have to have a goal, but you're not attached to the goal. So basically, there has to be some type of, you can't be so rigid and focused on this outcome. So if I am attracting love and I say, okay, well, I'm attracting love from Joe. I want Joe to love me. And Joe doesn't love me, but Dave loves me. I'm still getting the love. I'm getting what I need and what I'm setting. I'm setting the intention for love, but it might not be in the way that I pictured it, if
Mm-hmm.
that makes sense. Intentions are definitely important because you do want to have some sort of intention. You do. I do say, okay, I want to be financially stable, whatever that looks like. I say I want to be secure in my life and in my family and in my relationship, whatever that looks like. I'm not attached to any outcome, but I'm attached to the goal, if that makes sense.
Right. I think you ever listen to Abraham Hicks?
I just recently heard about that person or that thing, and I looked on
Right.
YouTube and saw like
It's like
one video. I don't know if it's a girl. I don't know what's going on because Abraham's a
yeah,
boy
you
name. I
gotta
don't know
get
what's going
into
on.
it. Get into it. But
Okay, what is going on with this?
so it's a woman, her and her husband. She was able to tap into like a entity, and this entity basically talks through her. But her
Oh,
husband died, so she really like her husband is talking through her
oh,
in a sense. And
okay.
basically, they say like, don't think about, oh, I gotta have this car, I gotta have it. Think about the feeling behind it.
There you go.
Like you
There you
said,
go.
what's the like when 1818 came on my phone, I was just thinking about, yeah, I want the money, I want that, but I want the freedom, I want the joy, I want to just be able to
That's
just
beautiful.
just think about how it makes you
That
feel.
is
And what's so
beautiful.
important, green is really the heart chakra. That's how you really open up to your manifestations. You got to open up
Yes.
your heart. You got to really get, like we said, go deeper, go
Go
deeper. Like,
deeper.
so your
Yes.
money is really attached to, like what you were saying earlier, self-love.
That's it. That's it.
Love, valuing yourself, saying, no, I'm not going to do this for that. No, I'm good.
Right.
It's going to come
Right.
to me.
It's
I
gonna
don't
come
have
to me.
to.
Exactly.
It's gonna come to me the
Exactly.
way it needs to, and I'm gonna have more than enough.
There you go.
I gotta tell myself that. So
That's it.
yeah, I'm learning
That
to. I think I was too attached to the dollars and the cents and the numbers, and I'm starting to see like just get attached to how it feel. How does it? How do you want to feel?
and that's the thing. I wanted to make sure that I made money because I love to travel. Girl, I will get on somebody's car, somebody's plane, somebody's boat with the quickness. And oh, you don't want to go with me? I will go by myself. And I love the way I feel when I travel because I'm rejuvenated.
Mm-hmm.
I'm rejuvenated, and I learned. Like I went to Dominican Republic, and I saw some people that were like there, it was a landfill, and there were people that were like getting their food and getting their clothes from this landfill, and it was so sad, and it humbled me, and it told me, okay, you know what, I need to be giving back more. So I learned lessons. I rejuvenate, I reset when I travel, and that's what money can do for me. That it
Mm,
can show me new experiences, it can show my children new cultures and new experiences and things like that. So you're absolutely right when you say think about the feeling of it. um and I know I said sometimes you can put a specific dollar amount. Sometimes you have rent that's due, sometimes you need money for something, so yeah, you can
right.
do that. And that is a specific intention because that's different. But long-term goals and long-term outcomes, you don't want to have a specific an attachment to a specific outcome.
I think that's perfect. I think the way you just said it is perfect. I think that's perfect.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
It's all it could all be so simple, but we'd rather make it hard.
Right. I got a simple question. Okay, so
Sure.
I usually trim my candle wicks. Don't trim the
Okay.
wick. Don't trim it.
I don't trim my wick.
Okay, I didn't know.
I
I
leave
didn't.
it as natural as possible.
Okay, okay, okay.
Oh, another thing, when you're cleansing your candles, I don't know how many people cleanse their candles with Florida water, but when you do, so I was taught, so my aunt Bertoli is, let me tell you something, she is the best lady ever, right? She taught me what it was to love who I am, and she taught me how I'm supposed to be comfortable with being my weird self. That's my girl. Anyway, so she's really into this stuff as well, and that's the crazy thing too. You were talking about the garden, and I always loved crystals. I always loved candles. I always loved this stuff, right? But never really put anything together. And then when my aunt's telling me, "Oh, girl, we've been doing this stuff for years," I'm like, "Nuh-uh." She's like,
Why you ain't
"Yes."
tell me, Auntie?
Why you ain't tell me, Auntie? She's like, "Well, I thought you did. I didn't know you wanted to know." So now I call her and I'm like, "Auntie, what do I need to do for this, this, and this?" "Oh, I got you. You got to get this, do this, this." But she was telling me when I do the Florida water and I clean the candle, you want to clean it away from you.
Okay.
Now, I recently was told that go up towards the wick. So, like with this type of candle, go up towards the wick so that if you can picture it, when you light it, all of the bad stuff is coming up and it's going through the wick.
Okay.
Does that make sense? But I was taught to do it away from you when you're cleaning it because you want it away from you.
Right.
So there's no, again, that's another thing. There's no wrong way to do it, whatever you're led to do.
That makes sense. That makes
Yeah.
sense. It's kind of like when you cooking. You got the recipe, but you might
Yes.
be like, no, I don't want to add that, or I don't have that. Let me add this
There
instead.
you there you go. There you
So,
go. You might want to throw a little adobo in there,
mhm.
spice it up a little bit. Yeah, you're absolutely right. There's no, like they say in the South, there's more than one way to skin a cat. So there's so many different ways to do all these things, and there's no wrong way.
That's what I love about it. It's just
Yes.
you can be. It's there, but it's you can just it can be you. Like you could just be yourself. Like you said, you
Yes.
can be your weird self.
You can be your weird self. You know what's funny? When I was younger, I used to hate to be called weird. Like I hated it. Now people will be like, "You're weird." I'm like, "So sweet. Thank you. You're so sweet." Because you got to embrace yourself. That's that self love. You have to
Yeah.
embrace yourself. Yeah. And then
Um,
half the people that used to call me weird, they're bums anyway now. So whatever.
and it's like you ever heard that Bob Marley song, "The stone that the building refused will always be the head cornerstone." And to me, I take that as, because I was always the weirdo. I was like, I don't
Yes.
eat meat. I left my house when I was like 16, moved
Oh
all the way
wow.
to the East Coast. Like, I've always been kind of like go through life to be
The
my own dream.
rebel, the yeah.
I just do what I want to do, and
There you go.
it's like, but now everybody be like, oh, they outcast me. But now, like it's like he said, the stone that the building refused will always be the head cornerstone. Now people come to me like, girl, what's some recipes? Because I'm trying to stop eating meat. Oh, you're hurt. I remember people. I used to
Hmm.
have locks. People like, oh, I'm starting my locks. Da 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 da. Should I do this? Should I do that? So it's just like, just be you.
Just
And
be
guess
you.
what? They gonna, when I tell you, these people gonna come
They gonna
back
come. They
every
gonna
want
come.
to know how to figure it out, how to do this and the third.
They gonna come. They gonna come. And, you know, it's funny. It's so funny that you it's so funny that you said that, because when you have that light and you don't realize you have that light, but then you realize that you have that light, everything, people will start coming to you, and they'll just start, you just have people attracted to you, and they want to get your energy, they want to be a part of your energy. And that's when you have to use that discernment to figure out who deserves that light and who deserves that energy. But yeah, you just live in your truth, you live in your truth, and you, not only will you love yourself, but people will love you too. They will.
Yeah,
I
that's
had
the
a
key.
I Yes, I had a girl that I have known forever, and we were talking, and there was just people giving me stuff left and right, left and right. And I've never been a person who ever takes, like, I don't ever ask for anything. People just give me stuff. And I was telling her, oh yeah, this person gave me this, this, and this. And she's like, I can't stand you. Every time I'm talking to you, somebody's giving you something. It's like, wait, what?
You mad?
You mad, or you mad? Cause you sound a little mad. But I
Uh-uh.
told her, I said, but you know what that is? That's because I'm genuine. I'm genuine. I'm not attached to anybody or anything. And people can see my energy there, and they can feel my light. I'm not jealous of anybody. I don't hate anybody. And they can see that.
Mm,
You, when your intentions are not pure, things do not work out for you. That's where that shadow work is important. If
mm,
you really want to do this, if you just want to put love spells on people, then try it. But you have to live in your truth. So that's what it boils down to, man. What is it? Intuition, living in your truth. And what else did we say? There's just some basics to this whole thing.
oh,
Shadow
everything
work,
we saying, self love,
self love. Woo.
grounded.
Yes.
We kind of went over a little bit, but being more grounded.
We you know we kind of skimmed over that, huh?
Yeah, we skimmed over it.
Yeah.
And I think something too, if you are doing this, maybe before you even dress your candle and do everything, meditate. Like you were saying,
Absolutely.
you write. Let yourself kind of just be in a state of, okay, the kids down, whatever, you sitting at your altar or whatever you're doing, you took your spiritual bath, whatever you did, okay, let me get some work. Like when you cook and you clean your kitchen first,
That's
don't you?
yes. I can't stand to cook in a dirty
You don't
kitchen.
want to be
Mm-mm.
rushing trying to cook because it ain't gonna come
Exactly.
out right. So I think you
Exactly.
ground yourself so that you can really make sure that you are having true intentions. Like you said, when you was talking about, you said it burnt down, and then you
Hmm.
said something about, or if it's burning only a little bit, maybe your intentions weren't clear. Is that how you said?
Your intentions might not be clear, or you're not fully focused on that.
Right? And I think that's where the beforehand you should become more grounded, more meditative, all that.
Absolutely. Set that foundation. Set that foundation. Yes. And you'll notice that when you do it as a little ritual, like you said, do your spiritual bath first, and play your meditation music, and just either meditate or journal or whatever it is that you need to do to get grounded and become centered. And then light your candle, dress your candle, light your candle. Because now the intention's behind it.
Mm.
Yeah.
And do you feel like you should only focus on one thing at a time, or like does it really matter?
Well, because I'm a Virgo and I always got 5,000 things going on at a time, baby. I have about 5 candles going at a time because I
Oh,
like to keep
okay.
a white candle for sure for my ancestors. I have to keep that because let me back up just a little bit and say that when you light the candle, right, and you're basically it's like a doorbell, and you're letting your ancestors know, hey y'all, hey, I need something real quick. So that's what you're lighting the candle for. Um, and so I always keep a white candle just to make sure that they are at peace. Make sure I'm letting them know that I thank you all for doing this for me. And then I always have a like maybe a High John the Conqueror or a road opener. I'll have another white candle dressed up in something else like that, and then I'll do like my red or my green or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was something else. You said that sometimes they break. I've heard some people say that if you really, because you know you're gonna let it burn down, you can put it like in a pot, like inside of
Yes,
something.
of water.
A pot of water.
You can put it in. So that's what my aunt taught me to do. I don't do it, but that's what sometimes I will if I don't feel very comfortable with what I'm doing. So if you have the candle that's in a glass, you can put it in a container. I don't have a container right here, but you can put it in a container with a little bit of water in it. So if it does break while you're sleeping or while you're not home, it won't set your house on fire.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. There
So
you go.
that's something
Got to
you
be
could
a
do.
little practical in this spiritual world. Okay.
Yeah, right. Right. Yeah. Don't be going out here all willy nilly. You come back, you don't have no house. So you need your little house now.
That was the road opener. Open the road for the new house. Hey, it might. Hey, that's how stuff be working sometimes.
No, you're right. And I'm so glad I'm so glad you said that. So when you do certain things and you're praying, please, because you can do a money candle, right? And just say, bless me with, enough finances to support my family, to do whatever you say. Make sure you say in there, with no harm done to anybody.
Okay.
Just because I could say, okay, I need money for this, whatever I say to my ancestors, and I don't say without harm to anybody. And then next thing I know, a family member of mine passes, but they leave me their life insurance policy. Like, nah, just give me some more orders on my website, please. Don't take
Right. We
nobody.
ain't got to go that far.
Don't take Uncle Charles, y'all, please, please. So that's important to say too. You want to make sure you set that intention out there too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, girl, I'm excited to try everything to set my intentions for this new moon. I'm
Yes.
really excited. Did you want to add anything else? I'm gonna have all of these information down in the comments, not the comment section, the description box, the
Yes.
link to your site.
Okay.
And everything came wrapped perfectly, wrapped up. None of the oils opened up, none of the powders open.
Perfect.
Candle intact. I got my handwritten letter. So yeah. Anything else that you want to add to anybody just starting off or anything like that?
Trust yourself. Please trust yourself. No, get out of here and get in here. Listen to yourself, listen to your heart. Don't overthink it. It's it's so simple. It's so simple. And
It's
the answers will come to you. I mean, that's pretty much just trust yourself. You'll know, you'll be told the right steps to take. And and please don't be doing no love candles on nobody.
She
Please do
gonna
not.
keep emphasizing that. Focus
Please
on
don't do that.
you. Focus on you.
Focus on you. Yes, because then if you're a female and you're attracted to men and you done tried to manipulate Day Day over here and this beautiful, wealthy man who wants you for you and you didn't have to put anything on him, you start dating him and then Day Day's behind won't leave you alone and come busting out your car windows. That
Then
ain't
you
what you
and
want.
Day had that little one night, and then Day end up getting you pregnant,
And
and
Day
now
Day
you
get you baby. Day Day get you pregnant. Then you don't know now this nice beautiful man over here ain't fooling with you. You don't want that. You don't
that.
want that.
I think people set those intentions, put that out there without even doing any of this. You want that person so much. You put it out
Yes.
there so much. You gotta have
Yes.
that person. Gotta have that. Now, next thing you know, this person is tethered to you, and you don't
And
know
can't
why.
get rid of them.
And especially women, because we so powerful. I mean,
Yes.
gosh, it's
And I
we
think
manifesting all day.
you're right. You're absolutely right. And I think that when, if you, this is what I do anytime I date somebody or I meet somebody, I say, listen, if this person is not for me, please remove them from me. And usually they'll be gone within a couple days,
Mm,
whether they just like ghosted me or whatever. And I'm like, okay, that was supposed to happen.
mm.
Just pray for the right people to be around you. Set the intention for the right people to always be around you. And then you won't have to light these candles and things like that. And yeah, I think that's important.
Yeah, I think your your support team, your circle can make a break.
Listen, I sit back sometimes in awe. Like my circle is so thorough. My crew is so thorough. It's like maybe 5 people on my in my crew, but they're so thorough. I love them.
That's
I
all
love
you
them.
need.
That's it. A couple solid ones. That's all you need.
Yeah, A1s from day one, right?
A1s from day one. Exact. And you know what's funny? A lot of my A1s are not from day one, but they got my back. Them day ones had to go because them day ones can't go
Right.
where I
So
go. They
because
can't go
you're
this.
different than day one. You're not on day one frequency no more. You
Ooh.
on a whole nother,
Ooh, yes.
so they got,
Yes.
yeah, they do gotta shed. You gotta shed.
You gotta shut up. I have one best friend. We've been friends since 8th grade, and that's my guy. That's my guy. I just went to his wedding in January. That is my guy. And he's the only one who has really, really, really stuck around. And he has my back. I have his back. Um, Everybody else has pretty much they've fallen off, or I've been like, listen, this friendship, it's gone on long enough. This is where it stops. I've had to end a couple friendships too.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
You got to do what you got to do because you got to grow. You got to grow. What did Jay-Z say? What you think I worked this hard to stay the same?
Mm-hmm.
People say I've changed. You think I've worked this hard to stay the same? Please. Oh, I act funny now. I act different now. Yeah, you right. I do.
Yeah, I love Jay-Z quotes. His favorite quote I like is either love me or leave me alone.
That's yes,
Flat out.
yes, yes. You know they say Jay-Z acts funny, but I'm gonna tell you something. I get why he does what he does. He has a goal in his mind and he sets that goal and he does not deter from what that goal is. The path might change, but the goal doesn't change.
You know why you understand where Jay-Z come from?
Why?
His moon is in Virgo.
I knew,
It's either
but
his. I think it's his moon. It's either his moon or I think it's his moon. Yeah, he got a Virgo moon from what I. Yeah, I think
really,
it's his moon. Yeah, either his moon or his ascendant. But I think it's his moon. Yeah, he got
that's
Virgo in him,
funny.
and they say Virgos have a huge discernment. They can cut you off real easy.
Hey, babe, let me tell you something. My block list is longer than my contact list. I ain't lying. You got one time, one time to do some mess that you know is wrong. And I'm blocking you. I'm
And
blocking you.
that's self love
That's self-love. That is
and
self-preservation.
preservation. Self,
Yes.
yes.
Even whether it is your mother, because let's be honest here. There are some toxic relationships with our parents. And you don't have to have somebody, you do not have to have somebody in your life just because they are your mother or just because they are your father or because they are your sister. You don't have to. You do not have to put up with abuse and mistreatment because they're your family.
Mm,
I know again, I'm talking to myself, but I know somebody needed to hear that.
yeah,
That is self-love at its core.
it is. I think because part of probably your soul purpose was for you to learn how to love yourself, and maybe that person came in your life to show you that I'm better than this. I don't deserve this.
Mm,
Like I don't have to deal with this. But you had to learn that lesson. Maybe that person was in your life to show you that. And you ain't learning it. You just want to keep holding on to it. Like maybe they're gonna accept me.
Maybe they're gonna change. Yeah.
Maybe I'm gonna, and it's not right. And maybe you just need to learn that that's not everybody is for you.
That's it. And not just strangers, but it could be your own parents. It could be your own parents. It
A
could be
lot
your
of
own
times,
siblings.
a
There are
lot of
so,
times,
especially in our community. I know you have a wide variety of subscribers, but in our community, in the Black community, we we can't talk about family problems. We can't. Well, that's your mother. That's your father. You got to treat them right. You got to love them because that's your mother. That's your father. Yeah, I love you, but I also love myself to the point that I'm not going to take certain things.
yeah.
If I'm not going to take it from a stranger, I'm not going to take it from a family member. You have to have that self-love. You have to, and know when a relationship is done.
Because if you don't get it right with them, it's gonna keep showing up.
It's going to keep
showing up.
showing up.
It's gonna be in your spouse and your kids and the people you work with.
Ooh.
It's gonna keep popping up.
It's gonna keep until you learn that lesson. It is going to keep popping up. I keep getting the test, the patience tests. I'm like, dang, I thought I had learned my lesson. I ain't learned my lesson yet.
Girl, you did.
I didn't. Sure didn't. But now that I am a lot more patient and I'm taking the time to say it's not happening right now because it's not supposed to happen right now, because I'm not ready for it right now, that's when the blessings start coming in. Right. That's when the different signs start coming in.
And you feel impatient, but it's like you looking at your perspective.
That's it. That's it. That's it.
You're still gonna be you, but you just looking at it like you say, it's just not time right now.
It's just not time right now.
It's not time. I can wait a little bit longer.
Exactly. And then I sit back and I think about it. Like I'll say, okay, well, I want a house. I was saying, I want a house. And I'm like, I want a house right now. But then I'm like, well, what kind of house do I want? You don't even know what kind of house you want. How you gonna have a house you don't even know what kind of house you want? Girl, sit down somewhere. Like I have to have those pep talks with myself. Like, girl, bye.
Right.
It doesn't happen when you want it to happen. It happens when it's supposed to happen.
Mm-hmm. Divine timing.
It's all in divine timing. Absolutely. And then you sit back. Like, let me tell you. So I've been wanting to move to Maryland. I lived in South Carolina for 15 years. I wanted to move to Maryland so bad for 15 years. And I have posts on Facebook and I'll go through my memories and it'll be like, dang, I wish I was in Maryland right now. Or I wish I moved to Maryland. And this was like 2013, 2014. And I'm like, dang, I'm here.
You heard.
I'm here and I'm loving it. But it couldn't happen then. It wasn't meant to happen then. I had to have my kids. I had to do whatever needed to be done down there and then come up here for the next chapter. Mm-hmm. And this chapter is so beautiful. It's so beautiful. And I'm so grateful. Every day is not perfect, but every day is beautiful. Oof.
I love it. I love it.
Yes.
I love it. So y'all better go check out her site.
Please.
Okay.
Please.
Check out her site. Do we got a discount code or something? You want to do a discount code?
So, okay, this is what I need y'all to do because the 15% off just expired. If you sign up for the mailing list, because this month is my birthday, them Virgos. So for 27% off whatever you order, because my birthday's on the 27th, there's a code that's going to come to your email.
Okay.
If you sign up for the mailing list, if you're watching this video years from now, you will be able to get discount codes, special discount codes that are going to be more than 10% or 15%. So sign up for that mailing list, please.
Yes, please. We need them emails, okay?
We need them emails, boo. I got to get one out tonight, so make that happen.
I'm so glad that you reached out to me. I'm so glad that I had the mindset to be like, yes, come through. Yes. I'm so glad that I even changed because I never did content like this. And it's just
really,
like, once I start doing it, I start to see, my audience likes it too. Where I'm getting new audience. My channel, I had like over 1,000 subscribers in 30 days, build up. from like
What you're saying,
from like a honey.
you started living your purpose and the right people came to you. That's what you. I mean, I'm just trying to get some clarification.
It happened. It
Yes.
happened. I was like, dang. And you get some of the people that's just like, oh, no, I'm unsubscribing. It's
Bye.
okay.
Right.
It's okay. It's plenty of stuff to
Everything is
watch.
not for everybody.
Yeah, that's
Mm-hmm.
fine. But I appreciate it because this is how we go. The more we elevate ourselves, we elevate each other. We elevate the
Absolutely.
entire world.
Yes.
The
Yes.
entire
And
world.
that's what needs to happen. Have you noticed that there is a huge increase in the amount of people who are turning to spirituality? It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. People are really out here trying to heal themselves. Like we're out here trying to heal ourselves. It's beautiful.
And heal our ancestors and
And
generational
heal our
curses.
ancestors. Yes. Yes, we are doing work. And that's another thing when you're doing this spiritual work, and we said in the beginning it's not pretty, but you are healing not only your generation, but the past generations and the generations to come. It's not going to be pretty, but it's going to be so
Mm.
worth it. It's going to be so worth it. So I really want to thank you for having me on here, girl. We got in here, we started politicking. Like this is great. I love this. I love
I'm
this.
here for it. I'm here for it.
Yes, yes.
And
So
I can
thank you
talk
so
all
much.
night. I can talk all night.
Yes.
I love it. I really, really appreciate you. This is my first time using oils and powders. I'm going to set my intentions. I'm excited to do it.
Yay.
I really, really am. So go check out her site. Support her.
Please
Go
do.
check. Follow your Instagram is just Love, Light, and Lemonade, right?
Yes.
Nothing else added
Yes.
to it. Follow her
Nope.
on Instagram. Help support a small business, black
Please.
owned female
Please.
business.
Please.
Support her, y'all. Like this is what we gotta do.
Yes.
Support her for real. Like really support her. I really appreciate it. Like I was tired. Like, do I really want to do this video? I was tired, girl. I was so tired.
Oh, so truth be told, I was sitting on this couch watching Judge Judy, and I was about to take a nap. So I got my second win, and I'm so glad we did it. I'm so glad we did it.
And it's the new moon, so I'm gonna take on this new moon energy and use it.
Yes.
No,
Oh, before you go, do you mind if, since it is the new moon, do you mind if I pull an oracle card from my numerology deck?
Yes, please do, please do.
All right.
Okay, let me sit back, girl. Let me sit back.
Silly. So I'm gonna shuffle, and whatever falls out, and I'm just gonna read it.
I didn't drop my candle, child. Okay, we okay.
Oh, okay.
I'm holding
So
my
the first
crystal.
one says it just fell out, right? So the first one says you're very close to achieving your goal.
Okay.
Let's see what else it gives me. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you. Uh-oh, what we got? It's time to release negativity. And I'm gonna do one more. Oh no, so Spirit said I'm not gonna do one more. I'm gonna do 5 more. So I will listen. I shall listen.
You got a whole spread, girl.
Baby, a whole spread. Confidence is your key to success. This is the new moon in Leo card. I swear.
Wow.
We can't make this up. My
cheeks burning. My cheeks burning. Wow.
The next one is work through your fears. A new start is coming. What do you need to release? And meditate and contemplate.
We talked about.
Right. We sure did. We talked about, dang.
Because remember, I
it's
saw
like we talked about all of
to
this.
talk to people and call clients.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
And I said you need to be more grounded when you do stuff. Wow.
Meditate and contemplate. What do we need to release? The shadow work part, the releasing the old fears and the old thoughts and the old habits. Confidence. We talked about self-love.
Leo.
I'm
here for y'all. I'm here.
This is beautiful. This is beautiful.
It.
We got to do this again. Like this we got to do this again. This is fun.
We do it on your channel. Okay. Can y'all tell her to do a channel, because all the information she got all this information. Like, you can have your auntie come on your dang on channel.
Girl.
Girl.
Girl,
Like,
y'all would fall in love with my auntie now. Fall in love with her.
I'm so appreciative. Like, I feel a lot better.
Yes,
I
I'm so humble that you decided to do this. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you. So you
No
all
problem.
leave any questions that you have
Yes.
down below, any comments. We talked about a lot of things. So make sure you share this video with anyone who will find it helpful. Go check out the site Love, Light, and
Yes.
Lemonade.com.
.com.
Go to
And if
her
you forget the
Instagram.
and, that's okay because we got that domain too. Love Light Lemonade, Love Light and Lemonade.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. Look, okay.
Mm-hmm.
You covered all bases.
Cover all the bases, honey.
That's the Virgo, honey.
There you go. There you go.
Don't play no games. All
No.
right, y'all. Thank you so much for coming on. Thank you
Thank you.
all. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Like,
Bye.
oh, I stopped.